What's up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. This is my NASCAR cheat sheet video for the Alsco Uniforms 500. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another NASCAR video. We have NASCAR on Wednesday at Charlotte. Coming off a decent week on Sunday. It was a long race. I had all the right plays, it seemed like, just could not get them in that one lineup for a big prize. But my singles hit, my cash hit, and cash went with Harvick, Truex, Blaney, Almirola, Custer, and Suarez. Actually, I was like on the edge of cash before the Elliott pit. Really helped my cash out, made me cash easy actually, and then Cole Custer ended up finishing 13th, Harvick 6th. So that was awesome. So cash has been hot for me. I've won cash every slate since NASCAR's came back, so that's been pretty cool. GPP, I'm right there. You know, I'm playing all the right plays, so that's a good sign there. Just got to get them in the right lineup. Been very close to a takedown, so hopefully it comes maybe Wednesday. That'd be awesome. But yeah, let's gonna do a driver by driver breakdown video. Going to go a little bit more in depth on my Patreon only video, where I'm going to do like a quick driver by driver breakdown premium video. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Thank you, by the way, for everybody that signed up. Got over 50 patrons. So I didn't think I'd hit 50 anytime soon, so that's awesome to see that. Next goal for me is going to be 100, which would be absolutely amazing. So yeah, I'll put that on Patreon. All the sheets updated and everything on Patreon. I'll also put the projections, rankings, targets out there as well very soon. So so that's something to look forward to there. And yeah, let's start the video. All right, Jimmie Johnson, 12,300. First off, I'd like to start out by saying DraftKings really took a look at the qualifying positions before making salaries. We have guys like Truex and Harvick down in the 9,000s. Kyle Busch, the fourth most expensive on the slate, which we never ever see. So this week is going to be very weird. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun to make lineups. It's just going to be so hard to, get Jimmie Johnson and Boyer in there if you want to do more than one dominator, which honestly, it's probably a one dominator week for me. I can see maybe one guy leading like 50 to 75, maybe even 100 laps, and then the rest of the laps being split amongst like other drivers. Hard to see it being two dominators in the winning lineup, especially with so much place differential, like Johnson starting 40th, Boyer starting 39th, and then Hamlin 29th, like so on. So I do think it's going to be one dominator. Maybe you can get away with two. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see all the strategies people do this week. You're definitely going to have to get a little creative. I think it's going to be kind of chalky. Probably not as chalky as last week because you had guys like Almirola, MBD starting in the back, but they were not priced up to like 10,000, 11,000 like they would be on this slate. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And let's start with Jimmie Johnson, 12,300, starting 40th. He got second on Sunday, but he got disqualified, so that's why he's starting in the back here, starting 40th. I think is a good play. It's just 12,300 is absolutely insane. I think he will probably pay that off, but if there's somebody that dominates like 100 laps, you're going to need him in that lineup. So hopefully you can pair up Johnson with somebody that dominates 100 laps, or maybe a little less than 100 laps. But Johnson's probably a core play of mine just to the fact he's starting in last. I do think he has top 10 potential. I would not be surprised if we saw him in the top 10. So I think there's a lot of place differential here with Jimmie Johnson. So I'm going to be looking at him quite a bit. Probably one of my core plays. I don't mind him at all. But yeah, he's pretty good here at Charlotte. So would not be surprised if we saw him in the top 10. Clint Boyer starting 39th. Again, another really expensive, 11,800. I think it's a fine play. It's just, first of all, these guys are going to be very chalky, which is fine. Boyer's a fine play. Lots of place differential, but you're going to want to find a dominator as well, I think. I don't know if you can go all place differential guys. It would work out if all the laps were spread out. I believe there's going to be like 208, 210 laps to lead. So if those laps are all spread out amongst like some of these guys, you'll be fine with going all place differential guys. At least in cash, if you want to do all place differential, that's probably what I'll do, all place differential up here. But in GPPs, you're going to want that dominator that dominates like 100 laps. So yeah, Boyer's fine. Starting 39th, that's just a price that really is not I don't like that price at all, but you're going to have to play it some. Denny Hamlin starting 29th. Denny Hamlin's pretty good here. He had some bad luck. What was it? The beginning of the race, something fell out of his car. He had to go to the back, and he went down like 5, 6, 7 laps. That pretty much ended his race there. Ended up finishing 29th, though, so that was kind of a nice recovery there. But yeah, Hamlin 29th. I do think there's a lot of upside here with Hamlin. I would not be surprised if we saw him in the top 10, even top 5. You know, I don't mind him here at 11,200 at all. Maybe he dominates some laps towards the end of the race. But yeah, Hamlin's fine at 11,200. Kyle Busch starting 17th, 10,500. I think there's some place differential here at 17. We've seen him up in that top 5 a couple times during the race. But yeah, I do like Kyle Busch a little bit because I do think he's going to have some place differential. I do think he can possibly even dominate laps, and we are not used to seeing Kyle Busch at 10,500 ever. He's usually the highest priced on the slate, so it's nice to get a kind of a discount on Kyle Busch here. And would not be surprised at all if he dominates laps. You know, maybe towards the middle of the race, even end of the race, or even if he gets up there early. So don't mind Kyle Busch at all. It's just he hasn't been having the best season, but like I said, he's going to break out one of these races, and he's going to break the slate at low ownership. So I'm gonna keep playing Kyle Busch. One of these races, he's gonna be winning. So maybe it's this race. Definitely could. He's very good here. Average finish of 2.67 in his past 3 races here. He's still led the most laps in the past 2 years, 456 laps led. So he's done it before. I would not be surprised if he did it here again. So yeah, Kyle Busch is probably a play I'm really looking at. Keselowski starting 20th. He won the race on Sunday out of nowhere due to Chase Elliott pitting situation. Keselowski's not bad here. Average finish of 8 in his last 3 races. Definitely playable starting 20th. 10,000's fine. Somebody I'm going to be looking at here for sure. Chase Elliott starting 19th, 9,700. Digging the price tag. He's doing pretty good here. Average finish of 5.67 in the last 3 races. I think there's place differential upside, and I do think he can possibly get a top 10, top 5 even. So, yeah, I like Elliott quite a bit at 9,700. Martin Truex Jr. 9,400. First of all, the price is like a joke. Like he's very, very good here. Probably the best here on the whole slate. And average of finish of 3 in his last 3 races. His career history is absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, I like Truex a lot at starting 15th. Especially at that price, I think he has a really good chance of winning. I would not be surprised if we saw him dominate some laps as well. So Truex is probably one of my favorite players on this slate. I think he can dominate. I think there's place differential upside, and I think his price is way too cheap. So Truex I'm targeting pretty heavily. Kevin Harvick, played him Sunday a decent amount. You know, he couldn't really get stuff going too much. Ended up finishing 6th, had a nice finish there, but didn't look too fast. But he's 9,200, which is really cheap. There's a lot of place differential. Maybe he dominates some laps as well. So Kevin Harvick's somebody I'm looking at as well. He's a fine play. 9,200 is a good price for him. Kurt Busch, starting 14th, 9,000. Honestly, I'm not too interested because, you know, you look up, you see Truex, Harvick, Elliott, Keselowski even. I like all those plays so much better than Kurt Busch. And then you look down, you got Bowman, Byron. I like those more than Kurt Busch as well. I think there is some place differential upside for Kurt Busch. Just don't see him dominating any laps. I know he led some laps on Sunday because he was starting first, but I just don't really like the price tag. I think there's not much place differential as well, so not too interested in Kurt Busch. Joey Logano starting 8th. Again, not too interested in. Maybe he leads laps early, but I just don't think that's going to happen. So the price tag is a little bit intriguing, but I'm not too interested in Joey Logano altogether. Alex Bowman, starting 2nd. We saw how good he was on Sunday and all year, really. He's been amazing all year. So don't mind this play at all, especially at this price. I think either Byron or Bowman is going to dominate early. We saw how hard it was to pass the leader on Sunday. So if Bowman can take that lead off of Byron right away, or even maybe after the first caution, I think Bowman can lead a lot of laps. So going to be playing a lot of Bowman probably, especially at that price. If he was priced any bit higher, I probably wouldn't have too much, but I do think he can dominate a good amount of this race. And as for Byron, 8,500. Again, nice price. I think he's only going to finish backwards though. Say he leads like 30 laps and he finishes like 10th. I don't think he's going to be on the optimal lineup. But if he leads like 50 to 75 laps, still finishes top 10, that could be enough to get in the optimal lineup, especially at 8,500. So I will have some Byron, but I do like Bowman a little bit better. I think Bowman has a better chance to finish in the top 5 and a better chance to dominate more laps. So definitely prefer Bowman, but I'll have Byron as well, just in case Bowman can't get by him and Byron ends up dominating a good amount of this race. Bubba Wallace starting 38th. A little bit too expensive for me, 8,300. I can see him possibly getting a top 20. Average finish of 26 in his last 3 races. Maybe he gets a top 20, which might be enough to get him in the optimal lineup. Obviously, he's not going to dominate any laps, but maybe he finishes like 25th or even like 26th, 27th. I don't think that's going to be enough to get him the optimal lineup at 8,300. I would love to play him at like 6,500, 6,800, but at 8,300, it's going to be really hard to get him into lineups, But he's a fine play. It's just the price is just a little bit too much, and I do think you can go elsewhere. Matt Kenseth, starting 26th, 8,100. He's in very good equipment. He's a good driver. He's just been having bad luck lately. Don't mind this play at all. I think there's some good place differential. I think he has a good chance of getting a top 20 here, even top 15 potential. 8,100. Probably like that a little bit more than Wallace. I think Kenseth has more upside. If I was to pick who would finish in the top 20 more times than not, I'd pick Kenseth for sure. I like Kenseth probably a little bit more, even though Wallace has those extra place differential points to work with. I still think Kenseth can definitely get a top 20 and then have that upside of maybe a top 15, even top 10 at the most. Ryan Blaney starting 18th. Again, they're disrespecting Blaney here. I had a bunch of Blaney on Sunday. He did pretty good. Starting 18th here, Ryan Blaney. Love this play a lot. 7,900. Going to have a lot of Ryan Blaney. Just way too cheap. He's very good here. He looked very good on Sunday. He's just been having some bad luck. Maybe that's why his price is so low. A couple wrecks in the past couple of years, but at this track. But he looked good. He looked very good Sunday. I'm going to be playing him again this Wednesday. But yeah, I like Blaney quite a bit. Eric Jones, probably more of a GPP play for me. I love the price at 7,800. I don't think there's going to be much place differential. Definitely can see him getting a top 10 here. I just don't, there's not going to be much room to move up for Eric Jones. I can see him maybe getting a top 5, 7,800. It could be enough to get in the optimal lineup, especially with not much Dominator points going around. But yeah, Eric Jones is fine. GPP play for me at 7,800. I just like the price quite a bit. Tyler Reddick, basically same thing. Reddick's been looking very, very good. He's starting 13th. I do think there is opportunity for him to move up. He finished 8th on Sunday. At that price tag, if he does get a top 10, I do think it could possibly be in the winning lineup, depending on how everything else goes. But yeah, Reddick's a decent GPP play. Don't expect too much out of him. I know he finished 8th, but would not be surprised if he finished 10th, got a top 10 again. But I'd probably rather play Eric Jones, but both these plays are decent GPP plays. The guy below him, Ryan Newman, probably like Ryan Newman over Reddick and Jones, especially because he's starting 27th. I think he has a lot of place differential upside here at 7,500. He was looking really good on Sunday. He was even getting close to top 10. I think he was like 11th or 12th. Ended up having some issues with his car, going a couple laps down. But he is starting 27th. I like this play. I like that price. And I'm going to be playing a lot of Newman. I think there's a lot of upside, top 20 upside, maybe even top 15. So yeah, give me some Newman at 7,500. Ricky Stenhouse, 7,300 is not an awful play. Starting 24, he's pretty good here. Average finish of 13 in his last 3 races. Definitely a fine play. It's just, is he going to wreck? Is he not? We don't know. But if he doesn't wreck, he should be a fine play, top 20, especially at that price of 7,300. Eric Almirola, I'm going to be fading, starting 6th. Just no way I can play him. Austin Dillon, I'm going to be fading him as well, starting 7th. I think they're only going to go backwards. Same with Christopher Bell. I'm probably going to be fading him. I think he's only going to go backwards. Although he did finish really good on Sunday. Maybe he does it again. I don't really think so. Maybe I'll have a couple lineups of Bell. But if I was to pick between Almirola, Dillon, Bell, and Buescher, Probably throw a couple Bell in there because since he is starting 12th, maybe he gets a top 10. I just really don't see it happening. Buescher starting 11th, not interested in this play at all. As you can see, like all the plays down here are pretty bad. So DraftKings is making it hard on us this week, putting all the good plays at higher prices and all the bad plays at lower prices. So we're going to have to find something down here. Matt Benedetto starting 4th, 6,500. I think he's only gonna go backwards as well. Maybe he gets a top 10. I just don't know. Is he gonna get? He's probably gonna get minus place differential at 6,500 if he finishes 10th. Is that enough to get into the winning lineup? I don't know. Maybe it is. Ty Dillon 6,300. This is probably more in my area here. Ty Dillon starting 25th. I do think he can get a top 20. Definitely going to gain some spots here with Ty Dillon. What did he finish on Sunday? I think he finished like 24th, 25th around there. So hopefully he has a better finish on Wednesday. Hopefully he gets the top 20 in there. Would not be surprised if he did. But Daniel Suarez 6,200, starting 28th. I was all over playing him on Sunday when he started 38th, but now he's starting 28th. Not really too interested. Maybe he moves up a couple spots, but not much upside at all. And he might even finish about where he's starting here, 28th. Ryan Preece starting 22nd. Again, not too interested at all in Ryan Preece. Hasn't been having the best year. Just don't like him here starting 22. Cole Custer starting 9th. Again, not too interested in. I know he had a really good finish. He finished 12th on Sunday. Just don't see him really, getting any place differential whatsoever starting 9th. And John Hunter Nemechek starting 5th. There's absolutely no way I'll play him starting 5th ever. But other than that, like this is tough. It's gonna be really tough to make lineups. Like you don't have much up. You don't have much down here at all. You got Almirola 7th, Almirola 6th, Dillon 7th, Bell 12th, Buescher 11th, MBD 4th. Ty Dillon is playable at 25th. But I guess we're gonna get creative down here, and find somebody that maybe gets a top 10. It's just hard because they're starting so close up. So maybe we have to go down into this, lower punt range, which I normally do not do, but maybe this is the week to do it, since most of these guys are probably going to go negative in place differential. Other than probably Ty Dillon, maybe Suarez gains a couple spots, maybe Preece gains a spot or two, but other than that, I just see everybody else going negative in place differential. Other than that, LaJoy starting 23rd. I mean, I think that's fine. I think that's probably where I'll go. Average finish of 20.3 in his last 3 races. I think that's fine, especially at 5,400. Other than that, I really don't like playing any of these guys down here. Joey Gase starting 38th. I mean, there's really no reason to play anybody down here unless you really need to. It just never works out for the most part. Yeah. Yep. Nothing down here for me. But yeah, I guess gonna have to get creative. It's going to be really, really tough to make lineups. I've not tried to make a lineup, but just by going over the sheet, I can tell that is going to be a really hard time making lineups. So, which it could be fun, It's going to be a little chalky, especially with the place differential up here. But I guess get creative. Find your dominator, find your 2 dominators if you're doing a 2 dominator strategy. I think either one would work. I'm personally probably going 1 dominator this week, but find your strategy. Play the plays you want to play, and yeah. What's hardest part is the pricing here. DraftKings just made it almost impossible to make a lineup, so it's gonna be really fun to try to make lineups here. I'll probably mess around with it after this video, but yeah. Alright guys, that's about it. Make sure you sign up on Patreon. I'll put the link in the description. I'll probably be doing a premium breakdown video tomorrow sometime. I'll post it on there. Make sure you join the Discord chat if you are on Patreon. A lot of you guys joined on Sunday. Let's keep that growing as well. I like the conversations going on in there. Helps everybody out. And I'm always down to answer questions anytime in there as well. Make sure you guys give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Also subscribe if you haven't yet, and also check out my other content, my MMA content. Lots of stuff for MMA this week. So if you're into MMA or if you're even new to MMA, check that out. I do a lot of DraftKings stuff as well. Lots of good info on there. If you're into betting, lots of breakdowns and prediction videos on there as well. So check that out. Make sure you subscribe so you do not miss out on that content. And PGA is coming back next month, so going to be doing some PGA. It's been forever, but I'm really looking forward to PGA as well. And then, of course, we have NFL if everything goes well. Going to be late August, early September. Looking forward to that as well. But yeah, that's about it, guys, and good luck. This Wednesday, it's going to be a fun time making some lineups with this crazy pricing.